Guys, smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend, and share the stream.
Yes.
Time to get into some news regarding the Detroit Lions and their injury report. We spoke to you guys earlier this week. Brian Branch is miraculously back. Don't know how that happened.
Yeah.
I'm thankful for it.
I'll take it.
I'll definitely take one of the better playmakers on this team, being healthy for this game, prime time. And to be honest with you guys, the sicko fan in me, I think I've been public about this anyway. I've wanted to see Brian Branch in the black jerseys fucking causing havoc ever since that Falcons game.
Oh, for sure.
I want it.
So I'm happy he's back. Also, Sam Laporta on the practice field, which is great news.
That is great news. I wasn't too worried about that one.
I kind of was because we didn't know.
He just rolled his ankle.
Yeah.
It was like he's gonna play. They just wanted to let him
That's
stay
fair.
off it for
He's
a little
young.
bit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. And then Dan Skipper, which is also another huge. It's crazy, right? Because he's just like your additional tackle to help you in like run schemes. But this game, those two guys specifically, three guys, if you want to include Branch as well. Laporta you're going to need because you look at this Seahawks defense. You're looking at the cornerbacks that are the deadly pieces, not so much the linebackers. So Sam Laporta is going to have favorable matchups.
Attack that middle of the field.
Exactly. We talked about running the football. Well, Dan Skipper, having him out there helps you as well. The only thing is, and then Brian Branch also is a playmaker too.
Yeah, you need those guys. And there are obviously, like, Brian Branch and Sam Laporta are two of the top 5, top 10 Detroit Lions, at the very least top 10. So you want them out there. Dan Skipper, what he does for this run game, how he knows what Ben Johnson wants him to do, that's a tough role for a guy to just walk into that hasn't been doing it for a year and a half now. That extra lineman, that sixth lineman that's in motions, that's telling the refs, I'm eligible, doing a lot of different things. Allegedly, yeah. He has a lot of responsibilities that would be tough for a younger player, whether it be Sorsdahl or Manu or someone like that, to learn in a week. So I think that having Skipper back will be huge for the run game, especially not having Frank Ragnow this week. I mentioned it yesterday. They're going to be doing a lot of outside zone schemes, a lot of pitches, a lot of things on the edge. So having Dan Skipper there to be that lead blocker will be big for them.
It's going to be huge, man. It's going to be huge. You need to run the ball to beat this team.
Yeah, we've talked about it all week long, and it's taking a little bit off of Goff's shoulders in this game. And you think about just absolutely dominating from start to finish. It starts on the run game. So, yeah, having Skip there to help out would be extremely big for this offense. To take that away from Goff, make him throw the ball 25 times, not closer to 50, and you're going to win this ball game. No doubt in my mind, you win this game if he's throwing the ball around 25 times.
Yeah, that's how you attack this defense is you run the ball. Like we talked about their corners, you don't want to attack on the outside with the deep passing game going up against Tariq Woolen or a guy like Devon Witherspoon. They're good, they're handsy, they're physical, they're going to make some things happen. You need to run the ball, you need to punish them in the middle, and you need to take care of the ball. So having Skipper back will be huge. Having Laporta back will be huge if these guys play. But Skipper being that extra lineman we talked about, and Laporta being a safety blanket for Goff that he really hasn't had. He hasn't used him that much this year. And it started off with the injury, but having that will calm him down in the pocket for sure because you got Amon-Ra St. Brown, but we know how much you like Sam Laporta. So hopefully both of these guys will be ready to go.
It's like when we were talking to Coach earlier this week, too, when he couldn't make it on air, but I still asked for his points because he's a Baltimore – excuse me, I apologize. He's a Baltimore Ravens fan.
Yeah.
And I asked him what the weaknesses of Mike McDonald's defense. Remember, he kept talking about those boundary plays, those boundary runs. The Dan Skipper is huge in that.
Huge.
If you go back to the 49ers, as talented as they weren't great at executing on defense last year. And one of the things Detroit Lions took advantage of them, if you remember, it was all over ESPN as well, the pin and pull. And Penei Sewell is an absolute weapon in that system or that strategy.
Yeah.
That's Dan Skipper being out there to help him as well is huge. Even putting him in motion and then doing those things.
Yeah.
It's a W to have him back. Big W to have Sam Laporta back. Do you expect Laporta to kind of show up in a stat sheet this week?
Yes. I expect him to be out there. I expect him to be effective. If he's going to play, he's going to be involved, and they're not going to use Sam Laporta as a decoy. Like he is going to be a guy out there that's making plays. It's just a rolled ankle. He's a young guy. He's going to be fine. Like he'll be able to shake it off. It wasn't a high ankle sprain. It wasn't anything crazy like that. It was just a rolled ankle.
Nick,
Yeah, I think Sam Laporta has to show up in this game if you're going to win. When we talk about Goff and we talk about this run game, we talk about the play action, how it sets up Goff to be successful. And one of the guys that is extremely successful within that is Sam Laporta, because he's getting linebackers to pull a little bit in, then he gets a step on them, and then he can do some damage. We saw it at the first half of last week when he was going to Sam Laporta a lot. That's when this team was kind of clicking on all cylinders after we established the run. So we get back to that. We get back to what made us so successful last season, and it's getting to the ball, the guys like Sam Laporta after running the rock effectively. That's what you will have to see in this game. But do you think he's playing to be more of a
decoy
type situation?
No, I don't. You're going to have if Sam Laporta's out there, he's going to get the ball.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, I mean, he hasn't so far.
It's tough, though. It's tough to say because, like, certain plays of football, guys are decoys. You know what I'm saying? Like, some guys are running certain routes just to get defenders away from. Jahmyr Gibbs and Amon-Ra St. Brown played last week. Perfect example, right?
Yeah,
you want all those guys going the same motion. The rest guys going the other way. I'm sure he's going to get targets for sure, especially if he's open. Especially
he's
if
going to be a part
field.
of the game plan. He's not just going to be this throwaway piece.
Yeah, that's the thing with Ben Johnson too. Is like I don't know how much he'll be. I guess putting up numbers per se. It's tough to call any week, but I think he should be a key point this week. But
the offense has
Ben
been
Johnson
sputtering.
stated before he's not going to have anyone he has out there in the field. There are plays designed for them to go that day.
Yes.
And when you think about last week, our offense started sputtering when he went out.
Yeah.
You know, and that's how much big of a piece he is to this offense. I mean,
they haven't even targeted him that much. He's only got 8 catches on the year. And that's why I feel like that's a pretty big reason why the offense hasn't been doing so well. Because you hit him on a seam route, you hit him on an out route, you hit him on something over the middle and let that big body get moving and break some tackles. It's an easy way to get first downs.
Exactly. That's why I don't want to be critical of Sam Laporta, because I don't think it's been on him. We've looked at the tape and Easy's shown us screenshots where he is wide open and Goff is just missing him or looking elsewhere, and that's not entirely on Goff. That could have been the play call of Ben Johnson as well. But ultimately, Sam Laporta, I'm not worried about him. As we've talked about, Detroit Lions will make tight ends good, and he is a good tight end already. So I'm not worried. I don't need this to be a show-me game for him or anything like that. I do expect him to potentially have a big game, but I'm going to expect that every week because I look at Sam Laporta as still one of the top 3 to 5 tight ends in the league despite this start. I just think I don't think it's on him. I don't think he lost a step or anything of that nature. I know you guys aren't saying that, but no. I just want to reassure people that are thinking that way. I don't think that's the reason Sam Laporta is not getting the stats that you want.
And can I just say just real quick too? I don't know if you guys peeped this on Twitter or not. The Seattle Seahawks, and deservedly so, they've whooped on us for literally 12 years now. But last night, they posted a fucking top 5 plays in Ford Field clip. Like, just the utter disrespect. Mm-hmm. I get that you've been whooping us, but this ain't that. Unless you really think we're sweet like that, unless you really got the sauce like that,
they really
I guess
do.
We'll find out Monday.
Yeah.
I mean, they have, but, like, I don't know, man. That feels just so extra fucking disrespectful. And I want the Detroit Lions just to fucking embarrass them, really, like, in the most brutal. I don't want anybody to get hurt, obviously, but I just want to bully.
Yeah, bully the shit out of them.
Yes.
Black uniforms, smash mouth football, new defense. That's what I can't wait for. I can't wait for fucking Seahawks fans that aren't like paying attention to the Lions to watch this defense and be like, oh shit, where's this come from? Oh damn, where are these guys coming from? Because this Lions defense isn't your older sister's Lions defense. It's not last year's Lions defense. It's actually a good unit.
Yeah.
They're humming. They're making plays. They've got veterans on all 3 levels that are holding people accountable. Anzalone's going to be back. He's going to be flying around. They got like 40 people on their injured list.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a facade, but it's all right.
Yeah, we should go over that too when we get back. But as great as the run defense they've been the past couple of years, at no point have they ever been a top 10 defense in my belief.
No.
I think maybe briefly last year after the Panthers game, maybe, but that's about it. This year, we're heading this game as a top 10 defense. We perform as a top 10 defense. Well, Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison, I think they're going to give a lot of people fits like throughout the season. That didn't happen against us.
No.
They got one, but that's because Marvin Harrison's a freak. He was drafted to be that. Kyler Murray's also #1 overall pick. Like, they're going to be – I think they're going to be solid this year.
The Cardinals were the best team at throwing the ball down the field the week before
Yeah.
they played the Lions.
And
we
John Connor
completely
was
shut
fucking
it
killing
down.
it too leading into that
James
game.
Conner.
James Conner, I always do that.
Shout out John Connor.
Sarah
watched-
Connor,
it was
John
crazy.
Connor, doesn't matter.
I've never even actually watched the Terminator either to be
Dude,
saying this.
what?
Shit. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Fellas, and let's,
Terminator 2 is one of the best movies, like action movies ever.
I got a couple
Let's do
friends that
shrooms
are
and watch it.
I'm down. I'm down for sure.
I'm down.
I got a couple of friends that are Seahawks fan. They are talking so crazy right now that they're 3-0, all this shit. You think they should be talking crazy? They played the Dolphins, the Patriots, and who was the third team? The Broncos.
Yeah.
That's who we're talking about right now for this 3-0 Seahawks team. I don't want to hear shit.
That's
No
fair.
Lions fans should look at the Seahawks and be like, we should not absolutely dominate this game. They're the goddamn Seahawks who have played horrible teams. Their quarterback's still Geno. We saw him go off last year. This is a different defense.
Yeah.
This is a different team. If we run the ball in this game, they're going to be put in some pressure situations. That quarterback, Geno Smith, I can't wait to see Kirby Joseph and Aiden Hutchinson have a really big game in this one.
Well, it's from
I
their-
don't want to hear shit from any Seahawk fan.
I'm 100%
You beat
with
the
you.
worst teams in the goddamn league.
Yeah.
I think what it is though, they've been dominant of us for like the past.
That's what it is for sure. They've dominated us for 10 years. So, like, you can say
Oh,
that.
so you know.
Yeah, like,
You say.
yeah.
As long as you know.
Yeah. You can say that when you are the bully.
Yeah.
Like
It is
when
till it
this
ain't.
is a team you've dominated, when this is a team you've routinely taken to the cleaners, you can say that. Like, so I don't
Chris,
hate
do you
on
have
them
anything
for that,
to say on this?
But they're gonna fucking learn something.
I got a
today.
lot to say.
What about the Maz camp?
Maz, how you feeling?
No, with that being said, though, like, obviously, yeah, they have dominated the series, too, but it makes me think back to, I mean, obviously I'm a Michigan fan, but it makes me think to getting dominated by OSU for all those years. You know, that was bad, but when you could feel that turn, you weren't scared of them anymore. I'm not scared of this goddamn Seahawks team for the least of it, honestly, at all. And if you think about it, if that coin flip goes the other way last year, I think the Lions win that game, so... And we're definitely not giving up over 40 points this
We're definitely
this
not
week.
doing that.
No.
And Goff's not throwing a pick six, manifesting that.
Yeah, by the way, 2 of those top 5s were JG pick 6s.
That is true.